Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. We've got some content for you today. Bekah Martinez weighs in on the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp defamation trial. As you know, I've been covering this, some may say religiously, on the Dave Neal Show. And we've gotten tons of new subscribers over there because it's a fascinating story. So we're going to get into what Becca has to say. As you guys know, this is just genius video making on my end that I'm able to combine Bachelor content with Amber Heard content. But that's what we're here for, folks. We'll get into it. Do me a favor. Next Thursday, 1 week from today, I've got Dave Neal and Friends show, my stand-up comedy show in Burbank. Come out and see it. I'm doing 30 minutes of stand-up comedy. It's going to be a ton of fun. Come out there. It's in Burbank, California. And so I made this video last week. Boy, times have changed. 1 week ago, I'm on the beaches of Hawaii, and now we're back in sunny Southern California. But I made this video. Becca had to apologize because she did a Chatty Broads episode with her co-host and then a guest, and they kind of just didn't know what they were talking about. They had only read a few headlines, and it's way more complex than that, and they got slammed. And she said, I was not prepared. I didn't have any knowledge of anything outside of headlines. It was bad podcasting, and it was a good apology. She had a really good apology saying, whoops, I messed up, and that's what's going to happen when there's complicated issues like this. Well, Amber Heard. So she, yesterday, Amber Heard takes the stand for the first time as she is the defendant. Do I have that right? Johnny Depp is the plaintiff because he's suing her for $50 million for an op-ed she wrote in 2018 saying she was the victim of domestic abuse from well, she didn't say from who, but everyone knew it was from Johnny. He lost $40 million in movie deals. Boy, lots of money. Join the Patreon. And anyway, yesterday she finally takes a stand to tell her side of a story. I would say, I don't know, just a random guess, 80 to 90% of the internet is siding with Johnny, and she just says it doesn't sit right with her. So let's just listen to what Becca has to say. Then I'm going to read her other comments, and she's already talking about losing thousands of followers over this opinion that I think is a pretty good opinion. Have a listen.
The stand today, and the way I saw people mocking her testimony online honestly made me sick to my stomach. I am not Team Johnny, nor am I Team Amber. I am team, there is no way we can know exactly what went on behind closed doors with these two, and there is not enough evidence to suggest that everything that one party claims is a complete lie.
Now, she's not exactly wrong. You can be like me. I'm watching this like trying to pretend if I was a jury member, what would I think? Of course, we know all this information and we're speculating and all these things. But Amber speaks for the first time yesterday. So yes, they've had her video recordings, this and that. But at the same time, there's also been members of Johnny Depp's security team, nurses, and other people that have spoken out in favor of Johnny Depp. But like we said, just because you can speak out in favor of one person doesn't mean he didn't do something that wasn't recorded. So that's what's tricky about it. It's not that, there's it's a tricky scenario, right, folks? Not to mention the people that are defending Johnny are, defending the person who's got more money and more power. And that's what's kind of dangerous because that's what we do in society. We'll kind of take the side of someone who can provide us more opportunity, maybe. But also, he could also just be telling the truth and she could have made this whole thing up. Somebody is lying. They have both testified. He said, I've never hit at her. And she's telling stories, Amber, of domestic violence. And somebody is lying in the court of law, which is not legal.
Claiming that Amber's side of the story is a complete fabrication after only hearing one day on the stand and only a fraction of her witnesses is not funny to me. It's a little bit disturbing. Amber Heard took the stand today, and the way I saw people mocking her...
So then she said, I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I don't really care. The internet dialogue on this trial does not sit well with me. I 100% believe a man can be a victim of domestic abuse, and I also hesitate to claim that anyone's abuse allegations are a total fabrication. And yes, I've watched every highlight from that one account that everyone and their mother sends me. I don't even know what account she's talking about. I don't think it's mine. Do I think highly of Amber Heard? I do not. But watching people absolutely rip this woman to shreds is scary. And a lot of people feel that way. Well, we do have audio of Amber Heard abusing Johnny Depp. Now, whether it didn't hurt physically is not the point because emotional abuse from a hit can be just as damaging, if not more damaging. Now, we don't know if he hit her first. We don't know all of that. So she's right there. So she says, I know this isn't a popular opinion. She shares that. I've watched every highlight from that one account. Okay, so that's all the things she said before. And she says, I'll read some of the comments. She said, for me, this comes down to discrediting everything she says, mocking her tears, laughing, and calling her a shitty actress. It's dark. Someone can be a total piece of shit and they can still experience abuse. Yeah, and it's really tragic, both of their upbringings with their parents. They both have horrifying stories. Her parents were addicted to opiates and drug abuse, and his parents, his dad left. Just, it's sad all around. Someone said, you have a point, but also she has a history of hitting her girlfriend. She stole her assistant's assault story, and she hasn't given the money she was supposed to donate. If Johnny was abusive, you'd think someone would have come forward, like Amber's partner years ago, before she even met Johnny. And then Becca said, I agree. She has a history of lying and exhibiting abusive behavior. I do not, however, agree that other people would have come forward about JD. I know a number of people who chose to stay silent about abuse when other victims came forward when they saw how those survivors were treated. Regardless of Amber Heard's past, I still don't feel comfortable discrediting everything she says. Well, what we do know 2 years ago, or maybe 3, I guess, at the height of the Me Too movement, was that everyone believed Amber Heard and Johnny Depp lost movie roles. Now, some people say, well, he wasn't going to be in Pirates of the Caribbean 6. Find me a Pirates of the Caribbean movie that doesn't star Johnny Depp. Come on. Of course he was going to be the star of that. He is the franchise. So it's just ridiculous that people make that claim. No, his career might have been on the decline, but from a historic plateau, that's still a pretty good career. He was making 20 plus million bucks a picture. Come on, guys. So she was supposed to donate the $7 million divorce settlement. And why is this a big deal? Well, she shouldn't have to donate any settlement, but she promised she would. And not only did she promise she would, she said on TV that she did. So she lied. The ACLU had to come out on the stand and say she did not donate the money. $100,000 was donated to the ACLU on her behalf from Johnny Depp. He donated directly. She got mad, and then I think Elon Musk donated $500,000. She was dating him. It's a whole story. I'm covering it on the other channel, but it's complicated. So you go, okay, now could she have taken the money and still been abused? Absolutely. But what Johnny Depp's side is trying to say is, look, she's a liar. She's lied about this. She's lying about that. So if her case is that she was abused, it's a tough one because there's already proof out there that she did lie. So we want to believe her, but it's hard to believe someone in one instance when there's proof that they lied in another. And that's just that. Those are just the facts that are going to have to be weighed out there. But I do believe it's way more complicated than one person being great versus that. We've seen some of the videos and some of the evidence, and it is nasty, and it is not a happy situation regardless.
I just don't feel comfortable making fun of anybody's claims of abuse and just calling it a total lie and laughing at them.
And I agree. Look, there's people commenting. I got one video with 500,000+ views on the Johnny Depp, because he nailed his closing testimony. Whether he's right or wrong, he nailed it. This was the performance of a lifetime. And I've got a video on that on the Dave Neal show. But there are people commenting, oh, Amber turd, and that's because he's claimed she pooped in their bed. And he's got other people that say she's admitted to it. I think his security guard, his driver. Anyway, so people calling her Amber Turd. It's like, huh, come on. Like, can we just, like, you're not, ridiculing her doesn't make this case any more palatable. It's a rough case, and I personally am not covering it with humor, but it's the internet, so people are just grasping. Like, people that aren't close enough to it are making fun of it, and I don't think we need it. I think we're above that, but I think I'm kind of ignoring it because it's like, okay, some people just love to make like joke names, oh, that's it's kind of a Trumpism thing because Trump, oh, that's he's got all all these names for the different contestants. Oh, that's Sleepy Joe. Oh, that's Amber Turd. It's like what fucking year is it? What year is it? Are we 5?
Oh, what a faker! What a liar! I don't care, man, woman, Donald Trump himself. I don't care. It doesn't sit right with me, and I think it's Sleepy really, Joe. Really, really scary for survivors.
Crazy Bernie. Okay, so that's not that. Let's see if there's anything else. Love losing literally thousands of followers over something I think is pretty reasonable. Becca, I think it's reasonable too. Now, the problem might the problem might be you lost followers because of your already kind of ignorance towards the story, where you go, now that I'm going down the rabbit hole, and as we said, it's not the rabbit hole, it's actually understanding the nuances of the case. But I do understand, and like I said, I appreciate where she came from and was able to kind of adjust her opinion and all that. And speaking of people I appreciate that don't always get it right the first time, how about Demi? Give this a check out. By the way, she had my twin brother on the show, David Neal, here. We're gonna get that name changed. No respect.
All right, everyone. Hi, welcome to my studio.
How are you?
I'm good, guys. This is Dave Neal. Dave, I'm so excited to have you here today. Thank you for seeing me and making such nice videos about me.
Is that all this is? A reward for being nice to you?
This is manipulation.
I'll take it. I'll take anything I can get. So we had a great chat there, and you can go listen to it or watch it on Demi's new YouTube channel, or I should say that's Eve is the production company right there, EVE, which, how did they get such a nice name? They got a short name. That's good. And I'm sure it's on audio as well. I don't have the links to that yet, but we had a good conversation. We talked about a lot of things. We talked some trash. We talked about all the hacks from Bachelor Nation that won't say their opinions on things because they don't want to lose followers. So we like Demi. I like Demi, Bekah Martinez. These are the people that, whether you like them or not, you have to appreciate their authenticity to share their stories. And she's actually doing a really good job on her platform. We talked about everything from, her neurodiversity and coping with issues and feminism and the patriarchy. We talked about a lot of things. I think you'll like it. I appreciate people like Demi that I don't have to agree with 100% of the time, but we can have conversations. There is a few things we didn't agree with, and that's perfectly fine. Let's normalize a world where we don't have to agree on everything. So let me know what you think about Becca here and her sort of nuance take on Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. We have a lot more to get to with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case, and you can go to the Dave Neal Show to check that out. In the meantime, hey, I'm keeping an open mind as best as possible. Johnny Depp had the first 2 to 3 weeks of the trial where he got to state his point, and now we get to hear hers. And that, my friends, is the United States civics. And that's what we're all about here. Okay, let me know what you guys think. We'll talk to you in a little bit. More content coming your way. 10 a.m. I'm doing Patreon, patreon.com/Dave Neal. I'll have a live stream there. And my stand-up show, May 12th, 1 week from today in Burbank, California. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.